Thank you for listening to my Postdoc Transformation show. Maybe you want to leap out of science and start your own side business as a runway for your better future? Then you will benefit from my free business preparation quiz as linked in the show notes. If you want to organize your marketing and selling efforts, please also subscribe to my new video podcast show, Creating Reorganized. I share my tricks from creating this show, speak with business owners who run a podcast for their business, and learn from podcasting service providers about their tools boosting our businesses. My new video podcast show, Creating Reorganized, will also be a living example of applied industrial and occupational psychology for my students in real life. And now, let's get to this episode. Postdoc Transformation. Postdoc Transformation. Postdoc Transformation. Invest in your postdoc transformation. Welcome to the seasonal show for scientists leaping into business. In every sponsored episode, we are happy to recommend employers of choice for you. Make sure to check your readiness to leap out of science with us for free, as linked in the show notes. For your career transition, we offer customized career transition e-courses and memberships also at graduate schools all over the world. Maybe yours too. And if your university isn't yet our customer, enroll in your free email course for career transition made simple, as linked in the show notes. I'm your host, Professor Dr. Eleonore Soei-Winkels, with my team who is rooting for you. And let's build your postdoc transformation with this episode. Dear Postdoc Transformer, welcome back to the Postdoc Transformation Show, and this is the second episode of Season 6. Yay! We're going to be introducing new segments to enrich your Postdoc Transformation show. Now, I want to prepare you for your future of jobs. The first episode of this season, so 61, was most probably a reality check for you as a scientist leaving academia. Currently, if you are a PhD student in humanities, social sciences, or STEM, you have about 1 year left before graduation, or maybe you are a postdoc scientist and you have 1 more left before your contract ends. This episode must be your wake-up call. And I'm really happy that you are still here, because that means you really mean business. Okay, so by the end of this episode, you will have, number 1, a clear understanding of why future-proofing matters. Number 2, practical ways to apply this to your studies or teaching. Like I said, it's going to be more practical for you. And then number 3, you're going to be getting 3 LinkedIn post prompts so you can adapt them to boost your career visibility aligned with your postdoc transformation plan. If that is still under the radar and you don't want to, unveil your stealth mode, well, at least practice, because you're going to be attracting what you are communicating. If you're not communicating, if you're not telling others that you want to leap, it will be very hard to understand why you want to leap when you want to leap, right? So, number 4, side business ideas inspired by the Future of Jobs report of 2025. Yay! So, before we dive in, I want to share some behind-the-scenes information. I excluded that from the first episode because I thought that might be a little bit hard to understand. I will put a chapter marker for you that you can skip if you don't want to listen to that. I just want to be very transparent with you. As you are leaping into business and may become a leader one day, you will need to make some tough, profit-driven business decisions, and it's not personal. Since November 2024, I had a longer-than-planned season break, not only because I launched my new show, Creating Reorganized, which is received very well and leading me to a new business model, as I'm now helping founders and small business owners to market and sell sustainably via video podcasts. Ta-da! I'm so proud of myself. Even though most of you have actually tried to help me to get a foot in the door at your graduate school, I was not able to secure a single booking for my paid career transition workshops for the past year. Initially, it was okay, but for the past year, it was quite rough. Meanwhile, I had lots of DMs from small business owners who want to know how I run all my video podcast marketing on social media, even senior podcasters. And now I can even proudly say that I have been featured by my podcast hosting and monetizing platform of choice, that's Podbean, in their very own in-house video podcast, Podbean Amplified. They have chosen me to be the first episode in the first season, and I want that episode going well for them. If you like me, please watch that YouTube video. I'm very proud of that, as linked in the show notes. This is how you can support me to sustain the Postdoc Transformation Show. Because at the end of the day, I'm gaining more traction with the show, and that means I can have more ad revenue, compensating for my loss in revenue regarding my workshops at graduate schools. And more, I'm using the Postdoc Transformation Show also as a sandbox for my students in real life. I want to consider the results of my student consulting project, where 3 of my students, namely Sandrine Pova, Elina Srebrit, and Dicle Nazikzoy, have mainly consulted me behind the scenes as the podcaster of the Postdoc Transformation Show. A lot of the changes that I'm going to be proposing now has been thought through by my students with me. So what we're going to do for season 6, it's going to be a series of 8 episodes so you can spirally reflect to future-proof your PhD. So make sure you hit the subscribe button to not miss out on your future of work. I want to have an optimized ratio of free value versus advertisements as a sustainable monetizing model. Okay, so thank you, dear original Postdoc Transformer, for sticking around through seasons 3, 4, and 5 when I had my beloved interview series and got back on track to my 100% retention rate by creating a mini-series from episodes 56 to 60. So this is the way forward. I'm going to be having a dovetailed mini-series for this season. Hey, before we continue, we want to appreciate those who finance this valuable episode for you. I want to share with you my best marketing agent. Serving my underprivileged, underrepresented, and underserved audience, leads, and clients is key for me as an Asian working mom, business owner, and professor in Germany. But I can't be marketing and selling all the time, and I have to be mindful with my own resources. So I chose Podbean as my podcast hosting and monetizing provider. I'm on the Unlimited Plus plan for our Postdoc Transformation Show and Creating Reorganized Show. With Podbean, your audience can inclusively listen and watch your podcast according to their visual and auditive needs. You can also embed your customized podcast player on your external website or use one of the beautiful website templates. You can easily share your podcast on all major podcasting directories, which allows you to reach a huge audience on their favorite devices in their countries. Podbean also has an ads marketplace, and you can easily attract and manage sponsors for dynamic ads, which are played out depending on your audience criteria. This way, you can serve your audience for free. Some of them become your clients eventually, but your advertising sponsors independently support you financially in each episode. See insightful stats per demographic and which episodes attracted most listeners so you can tailor your future episodes for your leads and clients and present suitable external ads. If you want to try Podbean for your own podcasting, DM or email me Podbean so I can share my experience and consult you. Please check it out via my link in the show notes. I only get a small financial reward if you become their customer using my Podbean link. Thanking our advertisers for their financial support, we are happy to return to our inspiring episode. Like I said, my Postdoc Transformation Show is the sandbox for my students, but also for my future postdoc transformation, and future is my cue. Today, we're going to be diving into the future of work, so more specifically, the future of jobs and the skills you need to land them. The future is already here, like we already established in the previous episode. If you're graduating soon with a PhD, you need to prepare Let's talk about the business workplace landscape and how it's shifting and why your research skills won't be enough. Whatever you have done for your research probably is not relevant for your business role. That's the reality check for PhDs leaving academia. If you are a PhD student in humanities, social science, or STEM, if you are still a bachelor or master student, you can take this as a blueprint for aligning your studies and possibly side projects with your ideal first job after the degree. However, as a PhD, as a postdoc, we just have to cope with the situation and make the best out of that. Because the job market is shifting fast. And whether you plan to stay in academia or leap into business, ignoring these trends is not an option. The Future of Job Reports 2025 was just out in January. And let me tell you, it's a mix of massive opportunity and serious threats. Future jobs are unpredictable, but your skills should not be. So let's talk about where jobs are growing, which skills will make or break your career, and how you can position yourself for success. The world of work is changing at a historic pace. And while I was creating the notes for this script, I was actually thinking of the new mom who is embarking on maternity leave and coming back after a couple of years. I don't think that's working. If you want to become a working mom, please use AI to stay on top of your expertise. But back to you. So the question really is, are you training now for jobs that will still exist? Most certainly you're not. But you can start your postdoc transformation training now. Future-proof industries that will see massive hiring include:
Number 1,
tech and AI, data science, machine learning, software development. Number 2, green economy, renewable energy, environmental engineering. And then number 3, cybersecurity and digital infrastructures. I mean, on the rise is AI. And with AI, bad things can also happen. So we need cybersecurity and a better digital infrastructure. So IT security, network specialists, all of these are very high in demand. I doubt that this is the field where scientists can leap into because it has a very high domain expertise. But anyway, you can try to get in there because it's a high demand role. And then number 4, health and social work. That's the care economy. That's AI-driven healthcare. Maybe there's something that you can do as well. On the flip side, clerical and administrative roles are disappearing. That means traditional safe jobs like data entry, admin assistants, and even some finance roles are at high risk of automation. I don't want you to dive into there because that is the place where my students, if they are professionally experienced, are leaping out and earning their bachelor and master to prepare for their future of work. So now you might be thinking, okay, so I have a PhD, I'm earning a PhD. That is the highest education degree that the majority of people will never earn. What does it mean for me? Well, here's the good news. PhDs are trained problem solvers, and problem solvers will always be sought after. The bad news? Well, if you don't learn how to sell your skills in business language, companies will not see your value. And the next one hurts me too because I have been you. PhDs aren't trained for adaptability. We're trained to be deep specialists. And that's a problem because businesses want interdisciplinary, tech-savvy problem solvers who can pivot quickly and also relate to the team members, to the customers in an empathetic way. I was lucky enough to have earned my PhD in neuroscience, and my tuition language was English. So that was an interdisciplinary and international graduate school experience with research stays abroad. But I still did not receive business training at that time. In hindsight, I capitalized on the fact that I had to finish on time because my scholarship was only granted for 36 months, which is a privilege, I know. I coded all my research experience by myself to be independent from the IT person who would serve the whole team. So at the end of the day, leaping into business, guess what my transferable skills were? Let's pause for a moment to respect those who sponsor this valuable episode. once you have determined your readiness to leap and want to transition into business or industries, then you can enroll in your free email course with 10 actionable, bingeable email lessons until you start your job in business. You'll get 10 emails like this. Number 1, how to leap out of science. Number 2, how to build your sustainable LinkedIn profile. Number 3, how to read social media and network. Number 4, how to research your favorite jobs and employers. Number 5, how to do informational interviews to get insights. Number 6, how to create your customized applications with ChatGPT. Number 7, how to prepare your thesis from a business point of view. Number 8, how to apply to your favorite employers. Number 9, how to choose the right job offer. Number 10, how to prepare for your new job. After this quick appreciation of our sponsors, we are now back in our insightful episode. So, at the end of the day, leaping into business, guess what my transferable skills were? Well, it was English and coding. So, English and coding were, in hindsight, my transferable skills. Who would have thought it figures? Well, I didn't. No one in business was interested in my theoretical research knowledge from my PhD. Even as a professor of industrial and occupational psychology, I'm not really diving back into the research I had done, but instead I'm very much looking forward to dovetail my practical experience with the current future requirements for my students. So all my research, the papers, the posters, the awards, the certifications were, colorful pictures, but worthless in the business world. And I still remember the look the HR person gave me when she was copying my original documents. I mean, it was like, I don't know, do you have such a huge folder for all your qualifications? I mean, you are just starting here with an entry-level job, right? Before I digress, I just wanted to highlight that the skills and experience that you are building today in academia aren't necessarily the ones that will help you leap into business. You need to adapt quickly. So take this example, prompt engineering, a job that did not exist a few years ago, but now pays six-figure salaries. And that is why I'm teaching my own students since March 2023 how to use ChatGPT, Perplexity, etc. for their own homework or whatever. So AI companies need experts who understand data, logic, and problem solving. Also, Gemini, Google, and the likes are hiring PhD students who can train their models. But if you're not learning AI-driven skills, you might miss out. The big AI companies actually hire PhDs for building their AI models. I know that from Descript, I know that from Google, I know that from all the other companies, right? So what's the takeaway? If you wait until your PhD is over to learn these skills, you'll be already behind. You need to start today. And don't you fear to miss out on your future work? I would. And that is why, as a professor, I have been playing around with AI because I know that with all the advances that I see on the teaching side, I don't think my university will need a lot of professors. And that is why I'm upskilling, because I'm still in my mid-years. I'm doing what I can to prepare for my future work too. Segment number 2, the skills you need to survive. Well, the Future of Jobs report pinpoints 5 core skills that will separate job winners from job losers. Number 1, analytical thinking and problem solving. If you can break down relevant and complex problems in business and solve them in a monetizing way, monetizing is the key word here. You must develop business acumen, entrepreneurial thinking to be a valuable contributor in a company's supply chain. And what does valuable mean? Well, you contribute to making more revenue than creating costs. Hence, you are increasing profit. When you deliver a return on investment, that is your salary, you give a company a reason for hiring and keeping you. A headhunter costs a lot of money. They get a percentage of your salary package. So you cost a lot of money when a headhunter hires you. They really want a return on invest on your salary and also the fee for the headhunter. Number 2, resilience, flexibility, and agility. What does it mean? Businesses move fast. So can you adapt? I stand with both feet in academia and business. And from my perspective, the corporate IT strategy consulting world moves faster than academia. But in my own business, I am even faster than in both worlds. So that is because corporate companies are like a huge ship navigating slower than a startup. A startup is more like a smaller speedboat. Number 3, leadership and social influence. Well, I'm a professor for industrial and occupational psychology, so I also have leadership topics in my lectures. Companies need people who can be thought and people leaders, not just do deep research. A lot of experts aren't really good leaders, and good leaders need to be able to appreciate and develop experts who are brighter and smarter than they are. So you must be a team member and possibly also a team leader. And that is very hard to grasp when we are socialized in academia, because academia, to be honest, is rather toxic. And even if it's not how people in business work together. So you will probably experience a culture shock in your first job in business. And if toxic doesn't ring a bell, we have social misconduct, power abuse, sexual abuse in all walks of life in academia. Most of us are pretty smart, can think fast, and have the feeling of intellectual dominance, but that is not really relatable for all people. And working in business means that you have to be able to work with a lot of people. Will you like it? I don't know. I enjoy it. It's a challenge. Number 4, technological literacy. Well, you don't need to be a coder, but understanding and, more importantly, strategizing how to use AI, automation, and data analytics in a company's goal-directed way will put you ahead. For technological literacy, there are 2 important predecessor abilities. A, the ability to see the business and underlying tech stack serving the human customers as big picture or from a bird's eye view. B, the ability to recognize the right technology experts and to build trust both ways to work with them effectively and efficiently. Only this way you can understand for which business problem you need which data from which technological expert to decide on the way forward. Let's pause for a moment to respect those who sponsor this valuable episode. And did you know that we offer deep dive e-course workshops and memberships at graduate schools, maybe also at yours in the future? Ask your graduate school coordinator whether they want to book my services so that I can deliver them to you 24/7, 365 on your mobile device. And even better, if you get us paid by your grad school, we will pay you 50% recurrent sales commissions. So you will earn money with us as we help you and your PhD besties to transition into business. We can build a postdoc transformation together. Woohoo! Thanking our advertisers for their financial support, we are happy to return to our inspiring episode. Number 5, curiosity and lifelong learning. The most valuable people are those who never stop learning because we don't know what the future will hold. This skill will help you beat everyone else in your vicinity because most people aren't lifelong learners, but you will make a difference. Within your work time, you need to focus on what's business relevant in your learning journey, not everything what interests you. It's always within and towards the company's goal. So the big question here is, do you have these skills? And if not, start upskilling now. Here's your actionable prompt. Find resources to learn business analytics, leadership, or AI for non-techie professionals. Let's step back to get a bird's eye view. We've covered where jobs are growing, the most in-demand skills, and what you need to do now to get ahead. Remember, you are a highly trained thinker, communicator, and problem solver, and the business world needs you if you can position yourself correctly. Number 4, how can you now apply this to your studies or teaching? 2 ways. For your own research, you can future-proof your work by integrating emerging trends. If you are in life sciences, look at bioinformatics. If you are in social sciences, explore AI in behavioral analysis. Adding tech-driven elements makes your PhD more relevant to employers. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes of this series where we will deep dive into specific emerging trends of the future of jobs. For your teaching, if you supervise bachelor or master students, teach them to think ahead. How can you incorporate discussions about AI and automation in your field? Show them how to find and interpret hiring trends. This is not only helping you, but positions you also as a forward-thinking mentor and leader. By doing this, you're not just securing your own future, you rise by lifting others up with you. And isn't that the true spirit of academia? And trust me, you will have bachelor and master students who will overtake you when you are on the business market. They will probably overtake you. By the time you maybe then enter the workforce, they have already gained valuable practical experience in the business world. If you had been nice to them before, they will probably gladly help you out. Let's pause for a moment to respect those who sponsor this valuable episode. Hey, postdoc transformer, are you curious to ask professors, principal investigators, visiting scientists, postdocs, PhD students, and candidates some in-depth life and career guiding questions? But it feels cringe, so you end up not asking? Buy our postdoc transformation card game to have more fun and valuable insights in your journal club, lab, and mentoring meetings, lab rotations, during conferences, panels, and breaks at the Mensa. You'll get 10 intriguing mentoring questions per career level. So 10 for PhD students, 10 for postdocs, 10 for professors, 10 for parental scientists, underprivileged and underrepresented and underserved scientists. Check them out with our discount coupon on the Postdoc Transformation shop, linked on postdoctransformation.com. Thanking our advertisers for their financial support, we are happy to return to our inspiring episode. So the next segment is LinkedIn post prompts. And by the way, I assume that you have already created a LinkedIn profile, like I have always mentioned and encouraged you to do, and are ready to welcome curious recruiters when you start posting on LinkedIn over the course of the next 6 episodes. However, if you want me to record a LinkedIn starter workshop for you at an affordable price, just DM me LinkedIn workshop and I'll do that. At zero cost, you can also connect with me on LinkedIn, Eleonore Soei-Winkels, and copy what I do on LinkedIn because I'm very transparent. You just copy what I do and I bet it will be better than nothing. You have nothing to lose, right? Just copy what I do on LinkedIn to become visible for your business pivot. You just have to follow me and see what I do, what speaks to you, and maybe you want to copy that. You are literally catching me in the act as I am building a video podcasting business fueled by my new Creating Reorganized show for the small business owner who wants to market and sell sustainably. I know this is very meta and in line with my future-proofing circular economy strategy. I will inject my podcasting insights into my Creating Reorganized show and vice versa. So how can you get familiar with business language and see yourself also in the business world? Start talking about your future-proofing efforts publicly. And LinkedIn is the perfect place for that. Here are 3 post prompts to help you. And please make sure you watch my LinkedIn during this week of airing, at least in the week when I publish this episode. I will probably adapt these posts for my own bachelor and master students of industrial and occupational psychology. But when you read my posts, you will probably recognize these prompts for you. So for self-reflection, if my PhD in, fill in the blank, whatever, ended tomorrow, would I be ready for the job market? What skills do I have beyond research? What's my plan to adapt for the changing job landscape in industry? Fill in the blank. Then you can enter this whole thing into Perplexity or ChatGPT and try to understand how much of that do you have already under your belt. And then you can explore things and say, these are the things that interest me most. Who would be interested to chat as an expert so I can learn from you? You can turn this into an engaging content piece that you are planning to leap and you are wanting to talk with some experts. By acknowledging these as experts, they will be probably very helpful in answering interview questions you ask. If you're now interested what AI has output for me, given that I am a PhD in neuroscience with a psychology degree under my belt, then you can head over to the show notes as linked here. Then you can see this also in full detail. And I would not take everything into a LinkedIn post, but instead I would sift and, filter the most interesting points for me so that I can engage with experts in a goal-directed way. The next prompt is career exploration. AI is changing hiring from automated screening to skill-based job matching. How do you think this will impact PhDs in your discipline? Looking for jobs in your future-proof industry of choice. Let's discuss. And again, that output from AI you can reflect and refine for yourself. So you can again invite other people to ask for their opinion. Experts, send that post to them and ask them whether they would be open for an information interview. They will think that you have already done your homework, more than most of the PhD students who are approaching me with a blank contact request. And then prompt number 3, personal branding. Adaptability is my superpower. My PhD trained me to solve complex problems in blah, blah, blah. And now I'm planning to apply those skills to fill in the blank. How I'm preparing for the future of work in the industry, fill in the blank. So you will get something that you have to reflect and digest. And maybe this is not yet something that you want to post, but at least reflecting on that will help you to, again, find new role models who will inspire you, who will maybe be ahead in your journey. So you can look up to them. Let's pause for a moment to respect those who sponsor this valuable episode. Remember, you are a postdoc transformer. You are highly intelligent, well-educated, a bachelor, master, and maybe you have already your doctor under your belt, or you are a postdoc. You are internationally experienced, fluent in English, a leader and expert in your prior research field. You're resilient, brilliant in adaptation and problem solving. You are eager to bring in the transferable and monetizable skills needed in many companies to embrace the future and to become or remain an innovator in their markets. Have you found this episode so far helpful for yourself? Well, maybe you can subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, or wherever you get our show. And also share this episode with your PhD bestie because that would encourage us to help the underprivileged, underrepresented, and underserved early career scientists leaping into business. This would also ensure that you don't miss a future episode. Also, our subscription and listening numbers are key for finding the right sponsors for our show so that we can help you for free. And now, back to the show. After this quick appreciation of our sponsors, we are now back in our insightful episode. If you now need more Future of Work inspiration, please also listen to our previous episodes. That is number 4, Future of Work for new PhD holders in business. Episode 22, Working Out Your Future. Number 43, Betting on Yourself for Your Future of Work. 45, Your Future of Work is with AI, as linked in the show notes. If you really write a post on LinkedIn, you can tag me to keep the conversation going. I will help you. In LinkedIn, it's easy to build a bridge into your future of work. When you think of diving into the sea of the unknown, then
On all shores, there are experts, people, leaders who want to share their experience. People love to tell stories about themselves. But you need to be cautious and qualify who you want to follow into your future of work. Just because it worked for them, it doesn't mean that it works for you as well. If you are new to our Postdoc Transformation show and want more foundational career transition reflections, please also listen to our Dovetail mini-series number 56, Reorganize for your Postdoc Transformation, 57, Embrace the Future, Appreciate your Past, 58, Create a Time Capsule to Let Go of Being a Scientist, 59, Manifest Your Future and Be the Hero of Your Postdoc Transformation, number 60, Build Your Bridge to Your Future of Work. All episodes are linked in the show notes. All right, now let's go to the next segment, which is build a side business around the future of job trends. Your expertise as a PhD gives you a unique edge, a domain expertise to build a side business based on the future of job trends. Whether you have a background in qualitative or quantitative research, STEM or social sciences, science-adjacent roles, or are aiming being employed or starting up your own business, here's how you can leverage your skills. For quantitative researchers, develop AI-powered analytics consulting. You can offer AI-powered analytics consulting, helping businesses interpret workforce trends and hiring patterns using data-driven insights. People in companies don't have time to upskill. If there's a new trend, they need training, but they're not necessarily getting it. If you can use your PhD or postdoc time to also qualify and learn about quantitative analytics consulting, you will be in high demand. If you are a qualitative researcher, your ability to find a pattern of words is absolutely valuable. You are probably a master of storytelling. You can offer storytelling services, helping professionals and businesses craft compelling narratives that AI-based systems and recruiters will understand. That also encompasses a deep understanding of how AI changes our words, our communication styles. I can smell when AI has been used to communicate. But people crave for human connection. They are not craving for content created by AI. So if you are a STEM PhD, bioinformatics, whatever, chemical, technological, engineering, you can launch a tech-driven startup, specializing in future-proofing whatever you do for companies who will need this kind of service with emerging technologies, because you understand the newest developments. They don't have the time for training, but they will want to buy that maybe. If you are a social science PhD, you can create workshops and courses on adaptability, because humans are the same. The workforce changes, but humans remain the same. We need to understand how AI works and the impact of AI on us. Ethics, workforce transformation are all human-centered. And this is where social scientists will be able to help us in the business world. So whichever category you fit into, the key takeaway here is to monetize your scientific knowledge for the future of job trends. If you want to learn how to turn this expertise into your business, go listen to Create and Reorganize, where I break down step-by-step strategies, how my video podcast workflow works to market and sell sustainably. So let's wrap up. The future of jobs is uncertain, but your skills don't have to be. So apply this knowledge to your research and teaching today. Use your LinkedIn prompts to position yourself as future ready, and think about launching a side business that prepares you for the future of job. So if you want to take your business skills further, go listen to our Creating Reorganized show, where I help you turn your expertise into an income stream using video podcasting tools like Podbean for hosting and monetizing, Descript for video and audio editing, Typeform for lead generation, ActiveCampaign for customer relationship management, website and email marketing automation, and Thinkific for building, marketing, and selling e-courses, and my newest favorite, Metricool for social media management and scheduling, such a game changer so that you can make money and live according to your vision of life. If you found this episode helpful, please share it, tag me on LinkedIn with your reflections. Until next time, build your postdoc transformation according to your vision of life.
Do you want a transcript of our episode? And our episode sponsors answers to all 6 bold questions so that you can choose to apply. Do you want to nominate your potential employer of choice so that we can ask them our bold questions? For all of that, click on our links in our show notes and on our website, www.postdoctransformation.com. Remember to check your readiness to leap out of science and to enroll in our free email course, Career Transition Made Simple. Thanks for your attention. I'm Professor Dr. Eleonore Soei-Winkels, the host of your seasonal Postdoc Transformation show. Postdoc Transformation.